have had, since I was little, a sense in my gut. I've had a sense in my gut. I've had a gut feeling that I navigated with. You know, that was part of my decision-making process. I mean, it was very strong enough to give it attention. I never really envisioned some of the steps you offered to help us get in touch with that. It just was kind of there. And so I'm understanding now is that the integration gives you a full sense of awareness. It's not just a heady awareness. I'm very pleased.
Well, maybe Phil, if we can turn to that word, integration, which is a horrible word and a wonderful word at the same time. Why it's horrible is because it's very abstract and sort of scientific.
No.
But if you really think of, oh, I'm on the spiritual path or something, it doesn't explain what it's really about, whereas integration does. And maybe you can talk about this in terms of what is being integrated within ourselves.
We long for wholeness, and without integration there can't be wholeness. Without wholeness there can't be harmony. Harmony in our culture is confused with order, and in fact they're opposites. Order is based on a preconception that is imposed on a system in a certain way. Harmony is an organic whole in which every part is completely answerable to every other part. And I think of that flock of starlings, those YouTube videos of these clouds, and it is perfect harmony. And we yearn for harmony, but we have come to believe that the road to personal harmony is through getting the right control over your life. If we could just get the right answer, then we'd have the levers of control to drive us to the destination we're trying to get to. And the agenda for asserting control makes integration impossible, and what you substitute for integration is accumulation. So
how are they different?
So accumulation, we're addicted to information, and we there are bits of information that we're if we could just get enough of them, the belief is it would make a whole picture. And that's like the agenda of science is, well, the whole world is knowable. We just don't have all the bits and pieces yet, but someday we will, and then we'll know everything. That's sort of a fool's mission, because any bit of information is a particular perspective on something, and no perspective can reveal the whole. And the bits of information are separate, and there will never be enough of them to represent the whole. And my one of my stories to clarify that is the nature of water is such that it's this lovely molecule that has a particular charge, and in a glass of water, like, these molecules are sort of kissing each other and letting go, and one molecule will kiss like 700 molecules a second. Well, how could you ever know even a glass of water with all that going on, let alone the world? So the agenda of integration through knowledge, knowledge, it's not to dismiss knowledge, because it's so useful when it can be brought into the whole. The more we keep ideas separate, the more they stand between us and the world. But integration, you can feel the whole. And we so demean feeling. We so demean the kinds of information that can be felt but not known objectively. I love.
But aren't these places that we're talking about integrating, we usually don't have access to them? They're blocked out, they're in blind spots, they're buried.
They all live in the body,
Mm-hmm.
and certain whacked out exercises will begin to reveal them. So part of the purpose, which I can tell you now,
Okay.
behind the workshop,
Mhm.
is to confuse people,
Mm.
because confusion allows for change, and if there's no confusion, then your paradigms are working very nicely. Thank you. So the exercises are designed, some of them, not all of them, are designed to put you in this place where you encounter a division. You're trying to say floor, wall, ceiling, and you're stopping your breath, and you didn't know you were stopping your breath, and you can't prevent yourself from stopping your breath, and you get confused about the whole thing. So that's a blind spot, that
Mm-hmm.
reflex to stop the breath, and there are ways of gently exposing them in a way that enable you to soften through them. Not all of them,
Mhm.
but eventually, my belief is you can get to the point where you can feel the self as a whole.
So is integration, is it an allowing feeling? Is that?
It's a surrendering.
Mm-hmm.
I really think so. The opposite of control is surrender, and control is affiliated with the tyrant. And what we're undertaking is the hero's journey, the one that myth has mapped out for us, the one that Joseph Campbell so clearly clarified in his writings. That journey is the self-achieved submission to what is, and what is begins with the body. What is in the sensorium of the body, and then through the body what is in the world. And when you feel the world, you are being informed by it in a way that those unintegrated bits of information could never. The clearest way of addressing that is you can't reason your way into the present.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever information you have about the present, it's not going to enable you to reason your way there.